Now, hello and welcome to our webinar, both for level 2 and the inner circle. And today especially we chose the topic of talking about how to use Zoom to teach online. Hi Georgia, welcome. And we have already here Cherish and Corina. Welcome Georgia, how's it going? Great. Cool. So yeah, I just want to share a few important tips about teaching online, and then we'll explore some specific techniques that you can use on Zoom just to make it more interesting and interactive, and to use all those tools available to us a little bit better. So yeah, I want to start by saying that teaching online is something actually really awesome. Myself, I have a lot of resistance to technology in some ways, like I don't want my kids to play video games, and I get upset when people are on the Facebook and Instagram all the time. On the other hand, I am always very excited about technology. I'm really into futuristic kind of ideas, and being kind of a human cyborg one day, and this ability for us to evolve even beyond our genes, now that we are this entity called human beings, and we can even integrate with technology one day. All of this is going to happen in our lifetime. Zoom is just the very, very, very beginning of this process. So yeah, I do believe that technology is a tool, a great tool, with great power, both for good and bad. So it is our duty, the good people, to use it for more good. And we can use Zoom to spread goodness all around, including yoga for children, for youth, and for families. And it is so much needed now, maybe more than ever. Georgia, where are you calling from today?
Ireland.
Ireland, great. Very good. So we have here New Zealand, Ireland, Romania, Australia, and of course we have students from every country in the world. And a lot of the countries in Europe now are in lockdown again. New Zealand, you're doing great. Australia, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, America is not so good. So yeah, with this comes stress. So if I know I'm feeling stressed, because a lot of it comes from all the changes that came with the coronavirus and the impact it had on the world, and the changes we had to make in our life and our businesses. And what I know is that if grown-ups experience stress, is that children are probably experience it 10 times more. Sometimes they don't have the tools to express it as much as grown-ups, but they definitely feel it. So teaching yoga is even more necessary now for kids and families than ever before. Yeah, this is River. He's the one making all the noise here. Yeah. So he is a great prop for a yoga class too.
That's cool.
I can be a pirate. Arr. And he is my chicken parrot. So what we do is needed, and with Zoom we can reach a lot more people than we can without it. And I know to begin with, it may feel awkward to be in front of the camera, to hear your own voice when you look at the recording, to engage with people on the screen instead of in person. And maybe it's good that nothing will ever replace being in the presence of other people, but it's coming very close to it. And we can bring tools into our Zoom meetings that will help us engage more with children and make this an amazing experience for them. So I want to share an idea with you that I've used in the past 6-7 months teaching online, and works really well. And the idea is, it's so simple. It's called connect before content. We use this connect in many places. You know that it's part of our class structure. But more than that, we say connect before correct. This is something very, very important, because we can't just tell kids what to do, how to do, if we don't take the time to connect with them. It just doesn't have the same impact. It goes from one ear and out of the other. So we need to take the time to connect. And the same when we teach a yoga class in person, we need to connect to the group, connect to the tribe before we can really have their attention and keep them engaged in our class. So this is connect before correct, connect before content. So when we want to teach something, we want to deliver content, whether it's yoga poses or a fantastic theme or idea or wisdom that we have to share, we need to take the time first to connect to the children, to the families in our classes. So this is extremely important, both in the classes I'm sharing every week in the inner circle. There's always some of that in those class plans, and in the level 2 we have so many new techniques to explore with connecting as well. So let's start with doing something like this here together in our little Zoom call, and this will be a really quick way. I'm gonna say 3 things, go, and everyone will quickly share. Gentle baby. Everyone will quickly share 3 things, which can be 3 anything, depending on the theme that you choose to share. Okay, so for example, today we will share 3 things that we are grateful for. So I will start and then I'll ask each one of you to have a go. 3 things I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful that it's nice and warm, because I love the warmth. I dislike the cold. I'm grateful for all the beautiful animals I'm surrounded with here in our Kindred Spirit Sanctuary, where I'm having this call with you here today. And I'm grateful for my beautiful family. Cherish, 3 things, go.
I'm grateful for being in New Zealand in these times of COVID. I'm grateful for my neighbor's cat that comes to cuddle me every day. Nice. And grateful for just being here today in the sunshine.
Fantastic. Georgia, 3 things, go. 3 things you are grateful for. Go.
Grateful to be healthy and well. Yeah, grateful to be healthy, grateful to have my family with me, and grateful that we will be able to spend Christmas with family.
Very good, thank you. And Karina, I know you have people sleeping around you. You can do it by texting. 3 things, go. Karina is writing on the text. She is grateful for her family, her friends, and for her health. Fantastic. So here's a great, very quick way to connect. And this kind of exercises, I like to use them several times during the class. So whenever I see people dozing off or zoning out, you know, the kids become less engaged, I say it again, 3 things going. It can be 3 things of anything. 3 things that you're going to do today, 3 things you ate yesterday, 3 things that you love, 3 things, 3 anything like this. And it's a way to engage and get the group back together. This is just a small one, but movement can also connect people. If we mirror each other, then it turns on those mirroring neurons in our brain and we feel connected. So this way of connecting before doing anything else is extremely important when teaching online. So just hold on one moment. I'm going to pick up a very nervous puppy. So he stops barking. Yeah. And this is another amazing thing about teaching on Zoom or teaching from home, is that you have all of those things that you wouldn't normally have in your classroom, like roosters and your dogs and so on, which is really fantastic because you can actually use it. So this is the thing with teaching yoga and how we teach in Rainbow Yoga. It's about being creative. It's about adapting and adjusting to what's happening at the moment. And other activities that I like to do, for example, to bring people together is, yes, really this, thinking about things that we cannot do in our classroom. So for example, I can ask everyone, go and find an object from your room that symbolizes for you whatever theme we're working for the today on. Let's say it's being grateful. Okay, so you go and find some object, you know, in a normal class, you wouldn't have those things, but you get to share something from your home, from your environment, from your life with us, and show it to the rest of the group. You see, you can really use this point of difference that we are all in a different environment than a classroom when we do this. Yes, so ask the kids to share something from their place, from call on their parents or sibling to do something with them. All of those things make it more real, more engaging. And teaching online, this is another thing. It is about being real. We don't need it to be all polished. This is something that did happen during COVID. People like less those polished 100% clean video and classes. They want to see real people doing real things because we are all in this together. Okay, so this is all very important, and there's more to talk about this feeling of connection. So you know that in Rainbow Yoga, it is very important for us to connect also with our hands, and you know, this physical connection is so important to feel nurtured, confident, loved, connected. But we can connect in many other ways. Like we can share an intention in the beginning of the class. We can share experiences at the end of the class. We can ask a question and everyone shares something. When it's a very big group, you can share it instead, and you don't have time for everyone to speak on the screen. You can share it in the text on the side. But it's also nice to mix up the media. So you ask everyone to write on their notebook 3 things that they are grateful for, or whatever the theme is, and hold it to the screen. Yeah? And you go around and you read some of the things or one out of each note to share with the whole group. This makes it a lot faster if you have a big group. The same with the object. Bring in an object, everyone can explain what the object symbolizes for them, or you can quickly do your own interpretation of what you think what they brought symbolizes. So there are ways to make it faster when it's a big group. Yeah, other ways to connect is something we use a lot in Rainbow Yoga, which is co-creating. So letting the kids be the leader at different times of the class. This enhances the creativity. It makes it from my class, the teacher, to our class. It belongs to all of us. And again, it keeps the kids a lot more engaged in the class. Yeah, those are some of the main ways I use. Of course, dancing. Yeah, another thing that we do a lot recently is passing things through the screen. So let's say I have, yeah, it's my time to speak, and I have this speaking instrument, which is this old gong, yeah? And I talk, and then I pass it to Cherish, yeah? On the screen, I pass it her way, and Cherish, when it passes to you, it becomes a different object. Magically, it becomes something different on your screen, yeah? But slowly, as I pass it, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, great. So it appears as mine disappears, yeah. That's right. And now it's yours speaking time, and you pass it to Georgia, and it becomes a different object for Georgia. Let's see, yeah. And now it's hard. Yeah, so you can kind of create a magic like that, passing things around. You can also pass imaginary things. You know, there's this great exercise that we use in the last couple of years, Imagine Ball. Actually, we used it recently in a class meeting in my daughter's school as well. It's going around this game. So I have a ball, it's a certain size, a certain weight, maybe it's a basketball, and I dribble it around and I throw it to Georgia. Yeah, when Georgia gets it, it becomes a different kind of ball. Maybe it's a little ping pong ball or a cotton ball, or maybe it's a cannonball. Okay, and so it becomes very heavy cannonball on your end, and then you put it in the cannon and you shoot it to Cherish. Cherish has a different kind of ball. Okay, like that, we can either use real things from our environment or imagination to keep interacting and engaging with each other. I even do the wave on Zoom. Okay, now there is, if you have the updated version of Zoom, you can actually click on a window and drag it around and change the order of the windows on your screen. So if everyone has it, which is less likely now, but in a few months, everyone will have it. Everyone can put everyone in the same order of windows. We can actually drag the windows around and put it in the same order. But for now, what I use to create an order, I ask everyone to change the name on the screen. So if you're on the shared screen option, you will see those 3 little dots at the top of your screen, and you can change your name. You can click rename and change the name. And here I'll put the number 1. Yes. And let's say Cherish will put the number 2 in front of her name. And Georgia will put number 3 in front of her name. Yeah. Good. And Corina, you don't have video, so you can just watch us. Yeah, and then we can do some form of the wave. So I'll do the movement first, and then Cherish, because she's number 2. Georgia is number 3. Yeah. And we'll keep passing it. Yeah. Your turn. Yeah, and so on. So we can do the wave even like we do. I didn't make a lot of space behind me today to do poses. But yeah, that works like this with the numbers to pass on poses and still do this kind of practice that we often do. Okay. Yes. What else? So this is another feature here on Zoom. Now working with the space is really, really important as well. So setting your space. I didn't set the perfect space today. The light comes from behind me instead of from the other way. But I want to take the scenery into consideration. Yeah. I do have some lights that I could have added to shine on me, like professional lights, which would have helped a lot to make me not so dark. Yeah, but you want the light to come towards you rather than behind you. Ideally, natural light works best, but you can also get like video lights, camera lights to support that. They're not very expensive. And then the distance. Yes, so I do plan my space. I put my yoga mat where I know this is the space where I can stretch my arms and leg and people can see my whole body as I do the poses. But I don't stay there all the time because it's really disengaging to see someone far away. So I go closer when I give instructions. I go farther when I need them to see my body. Now, when you go farther, people can't hear you as well. So I do have this microphone. This one is called Smart Mic Plus. And this helps me a lot. It connects to the Bluetooth on the computer. I didn't need to connect it today because I'm staying close to you. But this, I can wander around 20 meters away and you'll hear me very, very clear. And you won't hear as much all the animals here. It's canceling those noises as well. So microphone really, really helps when you teach. And then there's the whole element of the music and how do you make it sound good? How do you make it sound good while you teach? And how do you make it sound good to the other people and with your voice? So there are a few important features on Zoom that it's good to know that can help you a lot with this. So first of all, Zoom has very, very strong noise canceling features because it is meant for talking, for lectures, and not so much for yoga classes or dance or fitness classes. So it will always prefer voice to any other sound. So if you play your background music and you talk at the same time, whenever you talk, people will not hear the music at all. It will cancel all of that. And it will only be your voice unless you choose this special feature on Zoom called Turn on Original Sound. So if you go to the setting and in the setting, you go to audio, yeah, and I can share my screen with you, which I'm going to do now. But I have a feeling from memory that when I share my screen with you, it actually doesn't share the Zoom settings because it's hidden, so I can keep adjusting things. So let's see for a moment if it does share those. Actually, can you see the Zoom settings on your screens? Can you see my Zoom settings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you can see here under audio, you can go and click this option, show in meeting option, enable original sound. Yeah, so the original sound, people will hear things like you hear them. So they will hear all the background sounds. They will hear the music, yeah, without the feature of Zoom that will cancel all those extra sounds. Okay, this is also where you can switch to your other microphone and do all of those important features with the sound. Okay, so this is really important. The other element that's important is the share screen. Sorry, the background and filter options, which I want to show you. Now, I think maybe I will be able to show you here. Yeah, I can switch to different backgrounds depending on the theme of my class. Yeah, if we're going to Italy, or if we are going to the Amazon, or if we are going to Africa. Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the screen sharing for a moment. Yeah, so you can see this background a little bit better. Great. So this is also, it works best when there's light shining on you. Then the background stays a little bit more solid. And this is really cool because it contributes to the atmosphere of the class. So, you know, just like the music, and I need to, just before I move to the background, I need to teach you one more thing about music. This is the other important thing about music. I can make you hear the music like it is playing on my computer, it will play on your computer. If you go to share screen, which I can't show you because it doesn't let me show you that when I share the screen with you. But if you go to your share screen and you click on it, you can do it with me for a moment. You will see that on the bottom of the screen, you can tick a box that's called share sound. When you click this box, people will be able to hear your sound, your music, as if it's playing on their computer. So not through your microphone into their speaker, okay? But they will hear your music directly on their computer as if it's playing from their computer, and your voice will be on top of it, okay? Is that clear? Can you all find this button? Yes, so you click share screen. On the bottom of share screen, there's a little box to tick, share sound, yeah? And if you share sound, it will play it as if it's playing from their device. So, and the way to adjust the volume for them, how loud they will hear the music, is by going to your music app, let's say Spotify or Apple Music, and you control the sound from there by making it higher or lower on your app, okay? On your Zoom app, sorry, on your Spotify app, you will play it louder or softer, yeah? And this is how they will hear it louder or softer. So I actually use this feature. I play my music from Spotify directly. And I put the music lower when I talk more, and I put it to the maximum when we dance or do a sun dance, that they follow my body and they don't need to hear me very clearly. They will still hear me clearly, but the music will be a lot louder for them. Okay, cool. So this is about music. Other features in the share screen are the whiteboard, because you can use it instead of piece of paper to draw things, to play yoga Pictionary, for example. Yeah. So I am going to draw something for you. Can you see my whiteboard?
Yeah.
Great. So I will draw something for you and you will need to guess what it is. And in Yoga Pictionary, usually we guess not with our words, but we guess with our body by showing the pose. But today you can guess it by making a sound. If you know what it is, make the sound. That's right. This is one of my best drawings, actually, believe it or not. That's right. Okay, so we can play Yoga Pictionary here, another great feature to use on Zoom. So again, the more variety of media you have, the more you can keep the kids engaged. You know, if you change the background, if you change the whiteboard, if you share the screen, if you come closer, if you go farther, all of this engages the kids. If you're all the time the same, yeah, they just zone out so quickly. You need to keep it very, very varied. One more thing with the share screen, or a few more things, is that when I go very, very far, yeah, I'm actually going to disappear. So when you want to demonstrate a whole sun dance, you need to turn it off for them to see you on your yoga mat, because when I go far, eventually, oh, can't go far enough. But we can see river here now. It's very funny. If I go far, I will disappear. So you will need to turn it off, turn this feature off when you demonstrate the whole sequence and they need to see your whole body, but turn it on and change it to something else in the next section when you ask them again, hey, what do you see in Africa today? Okay, so like this, and it's easy to upload any kind of backgrounds that you want, including videos. So I've uploaded some videos, for example, when one of the kids is doing something great, we can have fireworks, yeah. When we say goodbye, it can be all rainbow spirals. Okay, so you can really use those for positive reinforcement and other features, yeah, and there can be whole videos. Another really, really funny thing that you can do, you can, so if I go back to my environment, right? This is actually not my environment, because I took a video before the class just to show you that you can do this funny thing. And I can even do yoga poses with myself, or appear in different ways along the screen, you know, just to make it funny. So how you do it, you go on Zoom before everyone else and you record like a minute of video with yourself. Yeah, and then you upload it to the backgrounds, to the virtual backgrounds, and you play it anytime during the class, and all of a sudden it's really funny what's happening there. Okay, and yeah, and you can even plan it like in details to have a conversation with yourself on the screen in some way, or do even a pose or two with yourself if you plan it well enough. Okay, this is how it works. Yeah. Yeah, I have a twin, or I can introduce my twin. Did you ever meet my twin? Yeah, so like this, it's another cool feature. But yeah, you can do videos of so many kinds, and again, just keep it really, really interesting. So as usual with kids, but this is true for grown-ups as well, it is variety that make things work really well, okay? And keep the attention with you. So use as many features as you can. Then I saw you already, some of you using the reaction feature. So this is great. You can, they're on the bottom of your screen, and you can tell the kids, you can use them when someone is doing something great, you know, give them the thumbs up or clap for them or say yay. All right, we can use those features. And even polls. So I can create a question, yeah, which is, it just takes a little bit longer to set. But you will see on the bottom, I can create, yeah, where are you calling from? Today, yeah, I'll show you how to use it. And then I can give different options. And I can publish it. Yeah, so here now I'm launching the poll and you need to answer it. Can you see the poll?
Yeah.
Great. And I can end it wherever I want and have the votes. So this is again another feature to keep children engaged using different medias. All right. Then what else did I want to talk about? That's really important. Yeah, the breakout rooms. So this is another feature of Zoom, which is really cool for the classes. For example, you want to do creation. So you want the kids to engage in smaller groups. So even on the big screen, when we have many people, you can partner people and we still can all see each other to do some mirroring exercise or something else that's creative in pairs. Yeah. By the way, we can also hold hands on the screen. Yeah. If everyone bring their hands like this, yeah, we can hold hands together. Yeah. So there are ways to engage here, but yeah, we can mirror like 2 people or 3 people on the big screen, but a great feature is to break into breakout rooms. So I don't know if you can see it on the bottom of your screen. Otherwise you go to settings and you can activate this feature called breakout rooms. And with this feature, you can group the kids into different groups. So if I click this, here, we can do it together. I'm gonna break us into 2 breakout rooms, and I can choose if to assign it automatically or manually. I can choose who to group you with, or I can let you choose which room you wanna be in, okay? And when I create the room, you're not going to see the whole group. You're going to be in your own individual group. And me as the guide, I can wander from one group to the other, see what they are doing. And I can even give you like a 1 minute warning or a 10 seconds warning before it's time to get back to the big group. And then we can share our experiences, or each pair can demonstrate their creation and so on. And in this way, what we have done in a smaller group and got a more focused time to work together and do more, we can also share it later on in the big group. Would you like to see how it is to be in a room for a moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try it out. So I'm going to do it for you. Yeah, so actually I'm going to be, so we're going to have Cherish and Georgia, and I'll be in the room with Corina for a moment. Up, and then I'll ask you to come back. Here we go. So I think you are in your room now. Yes. And then I can send you a message. Okay, 10 seconds to go. And then I close the rooms. Okay, so we do it. It does have a 1 minute minimum, so we just need to wait with that for a second. Meanwhile, you can enjoy this gorgeous river here and all the other sounds on our sanctuary, the beautiful birds. Yeah, so welcome to the Kindred Spirit Sanctuary. We do tours of the place. We use it for well, first and foremost to save animals from the milk and meat industry, but also for education. So you can come and visit us here as well. 12, 11, 10 seconds to go. Yes, we're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Super. So are we all back? Yeah, there's a minimum 1 minute warning. Yes. It's all right. I forgot that. Yeah, so this is, again, it's a great feature because, again, it mixes things up and you can send people to smaller groups and then join back together in the big group. It's fantastic like that. Cool. Yeah, I think this is those are the main features I wanted to share with you. There is also a slide feature that you can use, like slideshows. But again, the video, okay, screen share is great if you want to share a little video. Let's say you're doing a class about saving the environment and you want to play a video. Yeah, you can either just play it on the screen share or you can do it as a background. Even on the screen share, it's a great option to play it because students can still see you in a little bubble. You can set it like this, that they can see you in a little bubble and you can still talk while the video is happening. So again, so many features to use here. The last thing I want to say about teaching on Zoom is that it's actually easier than teaching face-to-face for a few reasons. Teaching online is easier. One really easy way to do it is to pre-record your class, because if you don't feel confident yet to teach live stream or to teach in person, this is a great way to still be a kind of an introvert and not see the people, and you can pre-record the class as many times as you want until you're happy with it and only then release it. But then also sharing live stream classes like we are doing now, another way to do it gradually and to build your confidence is that you actually don't need to share a whole class. You don't need to teach 45 or an hour and a half class. You can just share a little practice. You can go on Zoom and do like a relaxation or some breathing or a sequence or a short 10 minutes journey, something small. You can do it in smaller releases, smaller components, and build your confidence like this. Just do one thing that you practice and you feel really good with, share that, and then slowly collect those things and make a whole class. Also, sharing those small things is a great way to build your mailing list and build your community. So when you do release classes that are paid, because you can release things even for free. When you do release classes that are paid, you have all those pool of people to connect with, and that will probably want to do your classes. Also about charging money for this kind of classes, a great place to do it. Again, there are many ways to do it, but a great place is Eventbrite. It's an app or a website that I really recommend because it can also connect with your website and with your Facebook. So when you publish an event there, it will automatically publish it on your Facebook and your website. So you don't need to kind of go and do it 3 times. And the cool thing on Facebook is that people can book into your event even without leaving Facebook. You know how for customer trust, when they move from one website to another, like from Facebook to the website, you lose people with that. It's better to stay on the same place. So this is a really great feature of Eventbrite. So right on Facebook, you can click register now or pay now, and without leaving Facebook, it will all be done for them. So this is done through Eventbrite. And in Eventbrite, you can have different kind of subscription. You can offer a free class. You can offer a class by donation that people put whatever amount they feel is right for them, or have a sliding scale. You can offer like a paid class with a certain amount, or you can offer a subscription that they sign up for a series of classes, or it's a weekly subscription that are being charged every week and they can unsubscribe anytime, or however you decide to build this. And you share classes weekly and they have a subscription. This is, so it gives you so much flexibility in how to charge for your classes and how to promote them. Okay, so the best tools to promote your classes, if you do teach on Zoom, is of course to use all your hot leads, your contacts, so those people that already know you, and ask them to tell their friends. This is really good. Secondly, you have social media advertising. So yeah, if you create an event, you can share it, people can share it, or through a post, or through a social media ad, Facebook ad, Instagram, and even Google ads. And with Google ads, a really cool feature to use, it's called Google My Business, which is really fantastic. And you can connect it again to your website and social media. And through Google My Business, again, you can post events. And when you post events to Google My Business, everyone in your area can see it. If they look for things to do in Auckland or things to do in Byron Bay, they will see our events, even if they're online events, and be able to join. So again, and this is free. Of course, you can put money on Google too to promote it, but it's another great way to promote what you're doing. Okay, this is what I have to say for today, unless if I'll be reminded of something else in the next few minutes. But let's open it to questions. Any question? I'll change the background for you so you're more inspired. Bye, River. Oh. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, Cherish.
So, like for young children from like ages like 3 to 6, would you do the same things like change and making them change the screens and things like that, or you just do like hand vision?
Yeah. I mean, making them change like the number on the screen. First of all, you can change it for them.
Oh, is it?
I can change it. Yes, but
okay.
But I don't know. You know, most three-year-olds cannot read numbers, so that may not be a good feature to use with them. But if you do family yoga, yes, they can do it with their parents. Another great feature on Zoom that I didn't mention, if we're talking about young kids especially, is the mute button. As the leader, you can mute anyone or everyone together. You can mute everyone, and you can unmute them as you want to when it's their speaking time, which helps so much in managing the class. It's like a magic button. It's really cool. But yeah, at other times you want everyone to be involved, so you can unmute everyone, you can mute everyone, you can unmute them one at a time. You can do all those things, which is really fantastic.
Be good to do that in person sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you can, this is actually, I've been using it in my classes. You know how there's pause button on videos, Netflix or whatever. So, you know, you can have pause button on kids and you press the pause button and they're freeze. You know, and the same, you can use a mute button. You know, it's like, I remember, I mean, I see it all the time now, but I think for the first time, it was about 10 years ago that I saw kids doing in the playground, or when they play pause, you know, they pause the game, like they pause the chasing game or hide and seek or tag, whatever. They pause it. And I said like, what? I didn't have this feature, like pause. When we were young in our games, you know, we were just playing. There was never pause. But now with videos, you know, you can pause the game. So yeah, it is funny. We can definitely take things back from online teaching back to in person. Cool. Any other questions?
Yeah. Do you need separate insurance to teach online?
Well, you need to check with your insurance company.
Yeah.
It's not a separate insurance. I checked with mine, and when COVID started, they just added teaching online to all of their policies. But I'm not sure if it will happen automatically on your policy. So you should call your insurance company and see.
Yeah, because I inquired here in Ireland and they said, well, I only inquired with one company at the time, and they said that there wouldn't be a demand for teaching online, so they wouldn't be able to provide me with the insurance I needed, which I thought was quite strange, because how different is the insurance to online versus in person?
No, yeah, we didn't have an extra charge, but I did call to verify. I know a lot of our students in the UK and Europe are using, I think it's called BGI or BGY. This is the name of the insurance.
Okay.
Records. I think it's maybe BGY. Yeah, but see if you can find it. Otherwise, shoot me a message and I'll find it out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super. What else?
No, I think you just have to play around with it. I think a lot of the features that you're talking about, maybe you can see when you're the host.
Yeah.
But we can't see them. So maybe we just need to set up like a dummy class and just play around with it. That's
right. So when you go to your Zoom, and you can just do start meeting, and you will be on your Zoom even without anyone else, and you can play with most of the feature except the breakout rooms. You can play with everything else. You know, or you can log in from another device with like a free Zoom account or something, so you can play with yourself or with some friends. That's good too. But yes, this is good. And some of the features you need to go into the settings and turn them on. Just click the button. So just go to the setting and go one by one, and see how you can do all of this. Yeah. So if I look at my settings, yeah, everything I spoke about is there, but some features you need to tick the box for them to become visible.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't see the setting button. Where is the setting button?
Okay, setting button. Where is the setting button? The setting button. Okay, if you, how did I get to settings today? Well, first of all, you can see it when the call is off. You can see it from your main Zoom screen. But if you go to, let's say, where it says stop video, go there.
Yeah, that's where I get it.
Your settings. And all the settings will be there. Yeah. Yeah, and then
I saw. Oh, okay. That's
yeah. You're right, River.
I thought that was perfect.
Super. All right. So that's it for today.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Thanks a million.
My pleasure. And I'll see you again very soon. Okay.
Yeah.
So I send you lots of love from Australia. And yeah, let's keep it up on the inner circle and on the amazing level 2 training. Okay. Thank you for joining and share the recording.
Thanks a million.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye,
nice
guys.
To see you. Bye-bye.
I appreciate you taking the time for this.
Thanks for your time.